So Anil, one thing I've always noticed about you is whenever you start a new company, say like a direct sales company, and you also have a lot of experience in network marketing, you're able to enroll thousands of people within, I'd say, a very short window. So I'd ask you what you're working on. You tell me, well, I'm a part of this organization now, and I'm working on building my team. And I check on you maybe like 2 months later, 3 months later, and you said, "Yeah, I've added 1,000 people to my network." How is it that you're able to do that so effectively? Because one thing I know is many people struggle with enrollments and just getting people to join their team and all the aspects that come with that. So, what's your secret?
Well, hey, Greg, great question. No one's ever asked me that question because people think I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth. And luck just follows me around. I have that Midas touch. I learned years ago because I pay very close attention to myself. I'm my own worst critic. I'm
Mhm.
tough on myself. I don't let myself up easy with anything. And I think that's been one of the catalysts is I hate comfort zones. I really do. I hate comfort zones because I see what they've done for me in my life, how they've hurt me. You know what? Being lazy, procrastinating, say I'm going to do something, I don't, putting things off,
Mhm.
making stories up, excuses, and coulda, woulda, shoulda. So I learned a long time from studying successful people, Greg, that this is one thing they have in common. They are always at risk for the outcome. Now, what do I mean? Is they throw themselves in the deep end of the pool and learn to swim.
Okay.
And that's what's been the catalyst that has helped me. It doesn't matter what I do, I move through really quickly. Like I've been in companies where I joined 15 years after the company was in business and I went to the top. I've been in companies where I was like the last person to join and I went to the top
Mhm.
because I understand this law about being at risk for the outcome. So let me share. Whenever I do something, I always work outside of my comfort zone. So, for example, let's just say I wake up this morning and it's raining outside and I feel, well, I'm going to stay in bed and watch a movie or I'm not going to do anything. I go, comfort zone. So I catch myself and I go, no, I'm making 30 calls today. Or I'm going to pick up the phone and see who on my team I can work with. So I listen to my conversations to myself and I interrupt them right away. I don't let it linger, like not more than a minute. So
Okay.
so I interrupt patterns fast. So
Yeah.
it's one of the reasons I don't get depressed ever, and I
Yeah.
don't get down and out, and I don't
Mhm.
get tired and exhausted and drained. My energy is consistent throughout the day because I catch my BS and I put it to an end immediately.
Yeah. It's funny you say that, yeah, about catching your BS. One thing I used to get annoyed with myself about this, right? Like
Right.
I was never growing up, I was never a morning person. Now I'm a whatever person today, but if I need to get up early, I'm up early. If stay up late, I can do it. Um, but one of the things that always used to happen to me, like in the morning, it's like all the negative thoughts would come
Mhm.
to my head like, oh, I got maybe because I'm tired or I feel tired. I feel like it's like a why am I doing this or I don't want to, you know what I mean? Like if I have to go to like work or have like big things to do, I used to wrestle with that probably since school days and then,
Right.
just early in my
Right.
career. And that's something that you just mentioned, is catching the BS while it's happening, right?
Yes.
I love that. I love that concept.
Yeah. And it's self-discipline because 8 out of 10 thoughts are negative.
Hmm.
So, and we live in a world that's not designed for us to flourish. I believe we were created for success and programmed for failure.
Yeah.
So, just like a computer that has a virus or is not
Hmm.
working properly, what do people do? They reinstall the software, they remove the virus, they update the hardware. Well, human beings are no different. So,
Yeah.
because I understand that fundamental, I'll tell you a couple exercises I do. In the
Yeah.
morning when I wake up, like I usually get up at 7:30 out of bed every morning. It's been a new routine for me for the last few years. Every morning, 7:30, but I wake up at 6. So what I do is I lie in my bed, I say my prayer, I thank God, the universe, source, for another day of life. And I also go through, I do 10 gratitude things. So I close my eyes and I go, I'm thankful for my body. I'm thankful for creation. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for my business. So I go through 10 every morning. I go through 10 or 20, depends on the mood I'm in. Because here's why. I want to set myself up for a productive day, because I know things are going to come my way. There's going to be setbacks. There's going to be roller coaster.
Right.
I may stub my toe and fall on my face and injure myself. Something is going to come my way to interrupt my flow. So what I do is I start my day with the right mindset. So that's one. Start your day with the right mindset. Just lie in bed, do your deep breathing. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for my children. I'm thankful for my health. Say it out loud. It's called an affirmation. Because what you're doing now is you're feeding the brain good vibes. So now negativity has no place. It keeps right. And you practice that daily. You can even do it before you go to bed. Thank you for this day. Thank you for the challenges. Thank you for the victories. Then you end your day in that vibe. You start your day in that vibe. So you're sort of narrowing the gap, Greg, for crap and BS and drama and negativity. So what happens is the brain starts forming these synapses. So it doesn't really allow for it. And I wasn't always this way.
Yeah.
I was the most negative, cynical. I hated people. I lived with an entitlement attitude. I thought people owed me stuff. I came from a background of being very toxic, very toxic. I wasn't always this way. So I had to train myself to be this way, because here's why. It's very, very important. It goes back to the question you asked me before. When we tell the universe or God or source or our family or friends that we want success, and they look in and they don't see it, we're a hypocrite. And I didn't want to live a life as a hypocrite. I wanted to live a life with integrity. And so the only way to live a life of integrity is to call myself out on my nonsense. Is to call myself out on my BS. It's a very tough place to live. Not everybody has that self-discipline. Not everyone. But it's worth it, man. It's worth it, because when you set yourself up for that, what ends up happening as well is you become a solutions-oriented person. So the minute you're dealt with a challenge, your brain automatically kicks into solution mode.
Solution mode, yeah.
It doesn't go into panic mode. It doesn't go into stress mode. It doesn't go into
excuses.
Right. It goes into
blaming.
Solution mode.
Yeah.
Right. Like that. Because you're programming it.
Got it. It's interesting too is, well, one thing I took away from what you're saying too is the first thing I should not do, when I wake up in the morning, don't pick up my phone and start scrolling social media. Don't go and read the news, because that's part of what you're saying when you say program for failure. We're built for success, program for failure. When you go to the media every day, you're getting mostly negative news. Even if it's like a good news story, it's still tinged with a bit of like, this is a one-off scenario, but there's really no good news in the news. And then social media tends to be a bit like that too, right? Depending on what your algorithm.
Most of the stuff online is for people who are trolls. The trollers. They have no intention of bettering themselves. They don't go on social media to better themselves. They go on to snoop and to spy and to make fun of what's going on in with celebrities.
Farming.
Like who goes online going, I want to go online today because I just woke up to figure out how to make $1 million today. Like very few people have that conversation.
That's true. And you know what? Like whenever you look at the numbers on what's popular, there be guys online that are making really good content, showing you how to do things and get results and really positive results, change your life. And they get maybe 1% of the views than someone who's just gossiping.
Yeah. or a cat playing with a ball of string. You know,
Yeah.
the cat
Yeah.
playing with a ball of string has like a million views, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
someone talking about self-improvement or health or like there's like crickets and maybe
Yeah.
one
Yeah. I
one
like the
line.
cats playing with the string.
Yeah, exactly,
It's so
right?
innocent.
Right?
Okay, great. Yeah, I like the idea as well, where you mentioned being really, you said sold out to the cause. I think that's kind of how I interpret it. Like you're really um you're out there and you have a purpose, and how does that drive you as far as how you tackle the day? So you're looking to build a team. You get up every day, you probably speak to a lot of people to get to the point where you have 1,000 people in 3 months. um like what do you put at risk? Like how do you keep yourself disciplined other than just the meditation and so forth?
Well, first of all, to be full transparent and honest, I've only brought in my current gig
Mhm.
about 12 people, and that 12 has grown to 1,000.
Okay.
So
Hmm.
so I'm not working hard, Greg, and I'm not spending hours and hours and hours in my business. I probably maybe do 10, 15 hours a max a week on my business, but I'm very strategic, very
Hmm.
calculated. Um, I've trained myself over the years with my conversation
Hmm.
and how I carry myself. So I would say 20% is about work,
Hmm.
80% is about how I am, my attraction,
Okay.
how I
Yeah.
show up.
Yeah.
Because remember, we're energy beings. So without speaking, you and I can sit quietly and stare at each other, and our energy is communicating.
Hmm.
You can tell if I'm upset, happy, sad, depressed, right? Closed off, cynical, negative. You can tell just by looking at me. So
Hmm.
I focus more of my time on energy and um, who I am with how I'm being. Because here's why. Here's an important lesson that I learned. And this has helped me also build my businesses really fast. When I'm talking to you, you
Hmm.
are not really picking up on what I'm saying. You're picking up on how I'm being. And you're saying on your subconscious level, which is a majority of your mind, because your frontal lobe is a small percentage. Your subconscious mind runs 24 hours, even when you're sleeping. That's
Hmm.
picking up on vibes and signals.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not really picking up on words.
Yeah.
So it's saying to you, hey, I like that guy, or I like that
Hmm.
girl. I want to
Hmm.
spend more time with that person.
Yeah.
I want to
Energy.
learn from, right? So
Yeah.
it's an attraction, frequency, vibe, energy more than it is.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so I spend more time on that. And again, I came from running around like a chicken with my head cut off, living in different parts of the world, living out of my suitcase, sleeping on people's floors. I mean, if you in my business and you lived in Vancouver and I lived in Toronto and you go, Anil, come to Vancouver, I'll put you in front of a lot of people to build. I would be on the next flight.
Hmm.
And I would go and spend 10 years in Vancouver. I'm not going
Hmm.
for 10 days. I'm
Hmm.
there to build an empire because you asked me to come. So that's how
Right.
I ran my life, Greg. I would be on the road trips, pulling over
Yeah.
and sleeping in my car in snowstorms. I did it all.
Yeah.
So I came from that background. So I had to learn how to master attraction and energy and frequency and
Hmm.
vibration. And rather than chasing, running after, and convincing, how could I be and draw people to me? How can I be magnetic? How can
Yeah.
I pull people to me rather than running after chasing? So today, with my schedule, if I message you once, twice, or three times and you don't respond and you ghost me,
Hmm.
I'm done. I'm deleting you off WhatsApp. And it's
Moving
not
to the
because I
next
don't
one.
like you or it's personal. I don't have time to
Yeah.
play the running after chasing convincing game. I only want to attract and pull and be
Right.
magnetic. And by the
Right.
way, that's going on as well. So why am I spending time running after and chasing and convincing people?
Hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That's true. That's true. You like Gordon So always talks about this, the red apples, the rotten apples, the green apples, etc. Right? So if someone's a rotten apple, just identify that quickly. You don't eat rotten apples, right? You go after
and
the right ones.
you won't stand there and go, come on, become red. You can
Yeah.
become a green apple. Come on, come on.
Yeah.
No, you're gonna toss it.
Toss it, focus on the red.
Yeah, and here's a philosophy I live by. I mean, we can talk about this for hours. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I can share. I
Hmm.
treat anything I do like a jar of pennies.
Hmm.
like
jar
a
of
jar of
pennies.
pennies. Yes, and I'll explain everything I do in business.
Okay.
Everything. I know for me to create whatever income I want to create, I need to attract a certain caliber of person or a certain quantity of people. It's
Mm-hmm.
numbers, it's math.
Right.
Numbers and math never lie. Okay.
Yeah.
So I treat everything I do with a jar of pennies. And for example, this current gig, for me studying the compensation and the math, I know
Mm-hmm.
I need, say, 5 key players.
Mm-hmm.
5 key players that'll join me, that will lock arms, build globally. So
Mm-hmm.
if I have a jar of 5,000 pennies and there's
Mm-hmm.
1,900 pennies in it, each worth 100,000.
Mm-hmm.
Because say my goal in this company is to create $500,000 in income.
Mm-hmm.
That's my goal.
Right.
How long do I want to take to find those 5 pennies? Am I gonna take a penny out at a time and go 1902, 1905, 1910?
No, you get a
Oh,
magnets.
no, what I do is I'm gonna get on my knees, empty the jar on the carpet,
Yeah.
and then go 1902, 1910, 1917, 1920, 1954. Oh, 1900. Ooh, that's one. 1933, 1957. I'm not gonna go, come on, 1912, become a 1900 penny.
Right.
So the reason I'm saying this is how fast am I going to
Mhm.
sort and go through the numbers to get to my goal? And I
Yeah.
see amateurs and people wasting time chasing people and running after people to
Uh-huh.
join them in business and chase after them. And even do that with dating and relationships. Oh, please, I'm a great
Yeah.
guy. You should date
Yeah.
me. Come on. No,
Yeah.
look it. There are people out there sitting on their couch right now looking for me, looking
Mhm.
for you. They're like, oh
Mhm.
my God, please send me someone. I can't live like this anymore.
Right.
I don't want to live another day like this anymore. They're out there. However,
Yeah.
if you and I don't get our stuff together
Mhm.
and we don't get our alignment together and our frequency and vibration in alignment with what we want,
Yeah.
those people are going to keep sitting on the couch and they will never connect with us.
Yeah. You never show up for them.
Correct, because
You
we're
never show
stuck
up for
in
them. Yeah. You're
whatever
stuck in your own world.
conversation, right? So
Yeah.
that's why it's important with whatever I do that
Yeah.
whatever is in my space that could prevent me from operating at a high vibration and frequency,
Mhm.
to remove it and
Mhm.
to hold myself accountable, play that game. And like I said, that jar of 5,000 pennies, how long do I want to take to go through 5,000 pennies? Do I want to take a year, 2 years, or do I want to do it in a week, a month, and
Right.
find those 1,900 pennies? Because those
Right.
$1,900 pennies equals 500,000 in income.
Yeah. That's right.
So it's the same thing I tell with anybody I mentor in business. Look at what's your goal? What's your target? By when? Okay,
Mhm.
then the only thing preventing you from getting to that target is your numbers,
Right.
is your daily activities. So what do we have to help you with over here so you can do the numbers to create what you want over here? It's
Yeah.
very simple. It's not rocket science.
Mhm.
It's
True.
not. But most people get stuck in the minutia.
Yeah.
You know, their
Yeah.
wife tells them, well, if I see you making another phone call, I'm done. I'm packing my bags. Or the kids distract them or something.
Yeah.
FIFA is
Mhm.
on, or
Yeah.
they gotta watch this series on television that
Yeah.
they've been. So
Distractions. Yeah.
things get in the way. I call
Yeah.
them comforts. I call them excuses and stories.
Yeah.
So we gotta master that, Greg. And I'll share one more thing in conclusion.
Mhm.
One of the things that has helped me, and I shared the story with you, is I always operate with I'm at risk for the outcome. And what do I mean is,
Mhm.
I'm sure you've heard the term, it's from Europe, throw your hat over the fence.
Mhm.
And throwing your hat over the fence means, well, no, I got to climb over the fence and go get the hat.
Right. Right.
And usually when you throw your hat over the fence, there's a bull or there's a dog or there is something on the other side. So it's like, damn it. Now I
Gotta
got
go
to
over the
go,
fence and then go fight the bulldog over there.
right, to get my hat because
Rottweiler
that's my
waiting for
favorite
you.
hat. But
Yeah.
I'm throwing my hat over the fence.
Yeah.
So I've done that in companies where I've put myself at risk for the outcome. Like one time I used to play tennis and coach tennis. I hung up my tennis racket for a
Yeah.
year till I could hit my target, and I didn't
Yeah.
hit another ball. And I
Yeah.
used to cry because I loved tennis.
You
I
love
didn't even
tennis. Yeah.
right. In another company, I made a promise to the senior vice president. If I didn't hit my target by a certain date, I would wear a dress. and high heels. And I did. I wore it on a cruise. We all went on in
Yeah,
front of 3,000 people.
right.
Now, here's what happened.
Mm,
Because I was playing at risk for the outcome, I hit my target. But not
yeah,
only did I hit my target, I went over my target.
right, right.
I did more because I
Yeah,
was playing full out,
yep,
no excuses, no stories, because I didn't want to wear a dress and high heels.
hmm,
I didn't want to have my racket hung up.
right,
So another thing I do in my life is I take away things from myself that are really passionate to me and that I enjoy that could be a comfort zone and hindering me from hitting my targets.
right.
And I put it on hold, or
Hmm,
I put it, I put it on the table,
hmm,
like, and because I know it's something I really love, but I'm willing to give it up to accomplish what I got to accomplish. And that's another thing I help people do is look at, you want to create 500,000, you want to create $1 million in income. I can get you there, but you got to do this.
yeah,
So
got it, got it. Well, thank you for sharing that, Anil. That was great insight, really good information here. Thank you again. It's always a pleasure.
yeah, anytime, Greg, anytime. I love talking about stuff like this. Cheers.
Cheers.